What's going on, everybody? I am Kimba Garcia out here in Irving, Texas for the SRC Summit. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Kimba Garcia here at the SRC Summit. And I'm actually here with one of my most recent Facebook friends. How long have we been on Facebook?
A couple weeks.
Couple weeks. Did I add you or did you add me?
You added me, actually, yeah. Yeah, how about that?
Me go.
Yeah.
Elijah Muhm, I added him on social media probably 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
so.
it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I've been going through connecting with like more people in the industry, you know, like now that's what's in my people you may know.
Yep.
So I'm like, yep. So if you've been getting a friend request from me, that's why. But thanks for the ad, Elijah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pleasure to meet you. So you also have a podcast that's called Roof Trolls.
Yes, the Roof Trolls
right?
podcast. Yep.
I like that name. Actually, I was a big troll fan when I was a kid, like the little pink hair.
There you go. Oh yeah, the old school ones. Yeah, the naked trolls with the hair that goes up.
And so I'm aging myself a little bit with the troll thing, but that's all right. But that's okay. They had the little, you know, they had little blingy eyes. What do you guys talk about on Roof Trolls?
Man, a variety of things. So when we originated Roof Trolls, it was just to create a platform for people who don't have a voice, like on these stages and stuff, because there's a lot of people in this industry that do amazing things, and we just don't get to hear about them. And then I kind of like shifted my mindset to like, let's get some entrepreneurs in here too, so it's not just roofing. So we have like a mix of everybody. And then I wanted to keep it loose and fun because I believe in collaboration and humor to drive my point. So like we wanted to make it really fun. So I've had a lot of really fun guests in there. I had the Tiger King was our last episode. We ended on season 1, yeah. So he called in from prison and we did a podcast with him.
No way.
Yeah, we've had a lot of.
How'd you get that set up?
Actually, he posted on Facebook and I thought it was a scam. And I messaged him, I made him call me. I gave him my cell phone number and I made him call me from prison to prove that it was him, and it actually was him. And yeah, we sent him like $100. I literally all it was $100. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, he put us on. Dude. I know, it's crazy. I was like, yeah, I'll spend $100 to get you on there. Like, let's do that. Did like a little AI version
your books,
of him.
Bro, enjoy the ramen.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a couple honey buns. Yeah, go trade them for something. Yeah, I don't know.
They do that in there for real. I had a prison pen pal once. They do.
Oh
that.
my God, yeah, that's crazy.
So you've had the Tiger King on. You've had a couple cool people in the industry.
So Tony Flatham, Dan Walrack. We had a Super Bowl champion on there. We've had. I mean, there's Tiffany Walrack was on there too. John Scenic was on there.
Nice.
Yeah, Wade Tutt was on there. We've had quite a few people.
We're gonna have to add a Kimba Garcia soon.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we had some reputable roofer. I don't know if you guys know them. Dustin Cates was on there. There's quite a few people in there. Yeah,
okay.
So
I think we're also recently friends on social media. Okay, so we've been getting to know each other for a second. He actually came up to me and he's like, Kimba, we've been on Facebook. I'm like, heck yeah. I love when people come up to me in person and have an in-person conversation. I like to say we graduate from being Facebook friends to in-person friends. And now we're besties when you do that. So thank you for that. But now we've been kind of having fun chatting. So by now I've learned about you that you scaled and sold a roofing company.
Yep, to my partners, not to private equity, but yes, I did.
Me neither. So that was the thing that we found in common though, because people naturally, isn't it funny how people assume? I wanted to touch on this. This is why I brought it up, because for me, when people hear you sold your roofing company, it's like everybody in our industry just assumes that private equity is the only way to go, but that's not the case.
Nope.
In your case, you sold to partners.
Yep.
And in my case, I sold to an individually owned company that wanted to acquire roofing as a separate vertical. So I think this is a good point to tell people, like, there's more than one way to exit. There's just right now a popular way to exit, which is private equity, but it's not the only strategy.
That's a sexy way right now. The roofing industry, they all just want to get involved. We hear the good stories, you know, like Raymond, he's got like an awesome story. Yeah. His situation worked out really well, but there's a lot of dark area in that too that they don't want to focus on. And that's kind of like what turned me off with it. I'm like, you know, I want to just build people up and just be happy, and that route wouldn't make me happy.
So that's the important part, right? Is when you're looking at exit strategy, and we won't dive too deep into the weeds on exit strategy right now, but I like to leave people with a little takeaway, and I think that this one is valuable, is to say the priority in your exit strategy is what is your specific goal for your happiness and your idea of success, and don't let anything blind that, right? Like for me, there is enough, and people can, oh, Kimba, there's never enough. For me, there is. There just is. And
there has to be.
On top of that, I just want to build sustainably. But for me, time freedom is the wealth for me right now. Peace and time freedom mean a lot more to me personally. And of course, you can say that when you're not struggling to keep the lights on. Like first, the lights have to be on, the kids have to be fed, Christmas has to be under the tree, I get it. But on the other side of that, before you get, you know, too shiny object eyeballed and you don't use your mind to really make sure that am I aligning with something that works for me?
Yeah, we all should be trying to buy our time back. That should be the ultimate goal, not being a slave of the money. So like a lot of them are slaves of the money because they've worked themselves into debt. You continue to want greater things. You know, 50 million is not enough, 100 million is not enough, 150 million is not enough. It's like at some point in time, let's start focusing on, you know, like the inside here, because the one thing that we can't bring with us when we're gone is the money. You know, none of that's coming with us. Or you've never seen a Brinks truck at a funeral home. Like it just doesn't happen. So
no, absolutely. So you exit your roofing company, long story short, right?
Yes.
Which I did want to touch on a couple of things on that, but we exited the roofing company. You have a podcast, and then 3 years ago, you're like, we're going to start a software.
Yeah, so we started developing the CRM paradigm. Yeah.
So, and I'm just curious, can I be honest with you? I'm not a coder. The only thing I know about software is I need to use it.
We have that in common.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, I'm not a coder either.
So what was it then that made you say, and listen, I have respect for you, dude, because I started building a software with my developer maybe 2 years ago. And I used it in my roofing company. It was functionable. I had maybe 2 or 3 companies that I plugged in with it. But there's a lot to building a software.
Yeah.
It's the same, like for construction folks, it's like, just like you build things in construction, right? There's bricks. There's software actually has to be built. And then it breaks and you have to fix it. And it has to be, I was talking to one of my coder friends yesterday and he's like, it's just not strong enough yet, Kimba. It just has to be strong enough, you know? And I'm like, that's the thing in software. So what was it that made you, like, it's not an easy thing to build a software, but what made you say, hey, the roofing, and I'm curious, I don't know, we didn't talk about this off camera yet, but like, what made you feel like the roofing industry needed another software?
So I a lot of people would argue that it doesn't need another software. So there's 2 parts to that question. One, I got linked up with these guys because I used to work with all of them in previous companies along the way in the last 12 years. So I have some good relationships with them. And I linked up with them and I'm like, man, I really like what you guys are doing. And they were kind of, hey man, we want to push this out there. So we're getting our face out there and we're trying to get out in public. And I'm like, oh, I could help you guys with that. And they're like, would you like to go to roofing events and put it on? And I'm like, I love to mingle. I love to get out there and network. So I'm like, yeah, I would love to be part of that. And then what makes our CRM really cool, in my opinion, is that it's from 3 different perspectives. So we have an accountant that's been an accountant for over 20 years. And he had his own personal struggles with the CRM and what we needed to navigate it the correct way. Then we have a public adjusting company that uses the CRM and they have their individual struggles. They're like, man, why can't it do this? Why doesn't it integrate like this? And then from owning a company and scaling it to $14.5 million, I felt like there was a lot of things that we needed in there that weren't present in a lot of the CRMs. So all 3 perspectives got together and we kind of developed paradigm. And it's from the mindset of all 3 of those. And then every company has the integrations that they need, but this one is giving people something that they've never seen before. And at the price point we're at right now, we are the most cost-efficient CRM out there. And I know people will be like, oh, that means you're the cheapest. Well, it does, but there was a time when Starbucks was $4 a cup of coffee too, and everybody laughed at it. Now we line up around the block for $9 a cup. Like that's exactly what CRM paradigm is going to do too. And it's gonna help you guys navigate through the real hardships that you're gonna have as a company, and it kind of like streamlines the process for you. I'm really like proud of what CRM.
I can actually appreciate though that it's a cost-effective option. I mean, whether eventually it'll be $9 to the floor or whatever. Right now, I'll tell you, I do a lot of consulting for roofing companies, usually between 1 and 10 million. They're in that range of people that I work with for the most part. But this is a question all the time, like, Kimba, what CRM do I need to use? Do you know my answer? The one
that's best for you, or the one that fits your company?
The one that you'll use, okay?
Yeah.
So I don't care, but like it.
Yeah.
Because you need to like it.
Well, they're useless if you don't put the data in,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And people are like, my CRM doesn't work. And I'm like, or do you not work your CRM? We got to know. But the second is, what makes sense with our overhead numbers? Because I'm so much more concerned in the market right now about making sure that their overhead makes sense for their revenue. And we're keeping that. And the hard part for me in scaling, and I don't know if you had this too, but by the time I had 20, 25 sales reps, I was paying as much for my CRM as I was my office.
So I don't want to throw the CRM out there because they're a well-known CRM, but I'll tell you this: we were spending over $10,000 a month and $130,000 a year to get the exact same integrations that Paradigm offers for $60 a month per user. You know, so like people can look at the price point and be like, "Hey, man, I would never do something with that." But I'm laughing at some of the people who are scaling their companies, and you're spending $130,000, $150,000 in a CRM that most of you don't even use effectively to begin with. You don't even know what the hell you're doing with it. And then when you have a problem with it, how difficult is it to get those larger companies to come out and do something for you? It takes weeks to do an integration. Whereas Paradigm right now, you make a phone call and one of us pick our phone up. Like we just answer our cell, like, hey man, let me help you with this. Like, let's dial this in, because we need people to scale and we want success stories. So right now, offering this to people, this is our first time, by the way, RoofCon.
It's your first conference?
No, so RoofCon 3 weeks ago was the first one for Paradigm while we were out there. Yeah, so then this is our second one for Paradigm. I've been to many conferences, but, I've never had a booth one. Yeah, so this is only our second time. So this is brand new. And we've already had such a warm welcoming, from the roofing industry. So I love it, man.
Most people in this industry are great. So, but no, I really truly love that because of the size companies that, like if I'm working with somebody between 1 and 3 million, right? My advice to you is to think about scalability when it comes to your CRM costs, because you don't think about it when it's 1 or 2 users. But when it's 20 or 30 or 40 users, you're going to be married to this CRM that's holding all your data. It is challenging to change. I'm not even about to bullshit. It's challenging to change. So before you scale, before you say, okay, like that's what I encourage people to do. Let's map it out as if the team was built, and what would that cost be, and what would our revenue marker need to be to hold that and make that make sense, right? So I actually can appreciate the fact that you're like, whatever, we're the cheapest, it is what it is, but it does exactly what you need it to do, and that's the important part.
And we geared this up to save money for contractors. So Paradigm CRM is, small companies can use it, but that wasn't the design method for it. The design method was for companies that have multiple ventures that they do. So like we have 2 portals that come automatically with it. So you don't have to pay per user to get another access to it. So like, let's just say you use a public adjuster. The public adjusting firm can go in a separate portal, not clouding up the original prospects that you have in your CRM. So you have access to 2 different portals to keep it. Also, if you're a contractor and let's say you don't use a PA and you have a gutter company, you can take all your gutter prospects and move them over as well. We have storm maps that are coming. We have a door knocking app that's coming. We're the only second right now CRM that's fully integratable to QuickBooks. So
they're supplement company. Like I work with a supplement company and they'll log into the contractor CRM and they'll update them and do the things.
They would have their own portal with ours, and you as a contractor can limit what they can see.
The attorney can have their own, because that's another thing where you tag them with the law firm for denials. So we could have our own portal for denials.
And completely separate, like it won't cloud up your main prospects,
I love that,
and you still have it. And then one of the cool things too is the homeowner login. I really love that because your homeowner, you can limit what they can see, but your homeowner can actually go in and log into the CRM, the ones that are tech savvy. Yeah, and then they can follow along. They can see all the correspondence. They can see how active you are on it, what you've done, all that stuff. And then I think that brings like a better connection with the homeowners too, because
it's a trust factor.
a lot of sales reps, let's just be honest, they have shit follow up. So when you eliminate that from most companies, then they can take that money that they're saving by using our CRM. Then you can get fun with it. Now you guys can get mailers, you can get marketing, you could put money into more ad space. Like it's a way for you guys to evolve to another level.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much. This was fun. I appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Letting me in on. I like to know the new things in the industry. I think that's important to know what our options are, what's coming out, what's happening. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you around the conference and Facebook.
Yeah, and keep making content. We're super proud of you. Overcoming what you're overcoming. That's awesome. So
I appreciate
get out there. Yep.
I'm like, hey, if they're gonna be loud, we're gonna be louder, baby. Let's
go. Let's go. Well, nice meeting you.
You too.